My name is Mathieu Castelli. I'm part of the team developing Lone Orbit, a game for spectacles, where you control a single spaceship defending a mining colony against waves of increasingly challenging attackers. We wanted to prove that you could make longer games, going from 5-minute snacks to maybe 3 hours total. We stayed in the same place. We introduced a stable character that is the colony. And throughout the game, the colony talks with you. And through this dialogue, we could tell a story. There's no onboarding to the game, even though there's a bunch of mechanics that you need to learn. We wanted to try something a bit more traditional, where you are controlling an object as if you had a joystick. But there is the other hand that we're using a lot. You do this gesture to display the radar, so you see where your enemies are, or if you're lost, how to come back to base. We're also introducing secondary weapons by clicking with the left hand. We're also displaying the weapon switch menu by holding your left hand, and then menu pops up and you select, then you can fire it. So for glasses, it's a real challenge to get the hand tracking good enough so that you can have, very reactive, precise game mechanics. And once from previous games, we started seeing that the spectacles could take those at a high frame rate, we felt this was the right game to push it even further. When you make a pinch gesture, you cannot see my thumb very well. You don't know until you specifically exclude those poses that this was the problem and why suddenly the controls were triggering when they shouldn't have. So we had to exclude specific hand pose and also position. Because the tracking is quite well and extensive, you tend to forget where it breaks off. And at the limit of breaking off, it's still sending input, but they're not very reliable. So we excluded an angle to the camera. The moment we got excited was the moment we nailed the thrusting of the spaceship, so it felt good. Because we had started by aiming realistic space thrusting, any push you give to a direction, you're gonna have to do a counter push. And so the feedback we were getting from players was, it's a bit hard to get into. So we pretended, okay, let's imagine that this spaceship is actually way more advanced. As you would dream of, whatever direction the player gives, it's automatically adjusting thousands of counter thruster to make the spaceship go there faster. And when we did that, we hit something that players felt, this is way better. The joy of working on the spectacles is how fast or how non-bothering you can be to your colleagues to just, okay, try this, what do you think? You don't even have to restart a new session, you can just continue the session. That makes that period, instead of being stressful and frustrating, fun.
Awesome. Anything else that you want to add?
Play Lone Orbit. I think it brings a lot of new things to the table of spectacles gaming. It brings multiple gestures while you're driving an object as in a traditional video game. So it's almost like an exercise in what you would do normally with 5-6 buttons on a paddle. Now suddenly you're doing with hands.